get it down to about 1.5 minutes,
We'll be on Netflix next week.
well, alongside our other titles. Well, I think that like most people in the UK, you end up watching the television programmes on moving to Spain and, change of climate. We watched pretty much everyone every day, and you just get used to that idea that, we could do that, we could do that. The only difference is we decided we were actually going to do it. And then it's really a matter of deciding where.
Yeah, we thought about Portugal actually to begin with, and I think it was only when we realised the price of property in Spain that we switched to Spain. Because I'd never considered living in Spain actually before.
Well, we did some searches online about moving to Spain, etc. MASA was one of many agents that came up, and so we just sent off for the brochures, and we were sitting there looking through different brochures, deciding who would be the most appropriate to use, but we ended up contacting everybody. Email, phone, anything we could, and there were only probably about 4 companies came back to us at that point, but there were only 2, one of which was MASA, who actually said, we can arrange this for you, we'll do this for you, and so that's how we ended up with coming out with MASA.
One of the important things about buying through MASA, or any agent really, but MASA in particular said this, that they won't sell a property unless they have the paperwork, already in hand, because that is a bit of a worry. We heard a lot of horror stories before we came about, people buying a property and then finding they didn't own it, So that was really reassuring.
Well, what actually happened was we booked to come out ourselves, and we were going to stay in Torrevieja. We rented an apartment for a week, and before we came out we made arrangements with MASA and a couple of the other agents just to get an idea of the area. And we said, look, we do want to buy in this area, but we need to know more about it. And again, it was MASA who actually came back and said, we can do that for you, no problem. I think we had 2 days where came out, we were picked up from our apartment, and we were taken up and down the Costa Blanca, up and down the coast, shown different areas, different possibilities. Any questions were answered. So that was really a week well spent, not just with MASA but with the other agents. But MASA, I have to say, were the only ones who actually came back to us afterwards.
Yeah,
were the only follow-up.
That was the thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
After we went back home, MASA were the only people that contacted us, which was very strange, but it was good.
Well, we had lots of information. We did lots of research online. We trawled in the internet about different areas, different agents and so on. I think it was a fact that we had a phone call, or we got an email to say, look, there's an exhibition going on, it's local to you, be more than welcome to drop in. So Sunday morning, our house was already on the market at that point. We came along to an exhibition at Guildford, and that was the point where all of the questions seemed to come up about, was this really feasible for us? And we had already decided we were going to do it, but we had some other ideas about what we could do.
But also it was the buying process in Spain, which we didn't fully understand. So it was really useful because we planned to. We didn't want to buy off plan. We wanted to buy something that was ready to move into. So we needed advice on should we come out and look before we've exchanged contracts on our house, or when we've got an offer, or so it was really useful to get that information to not come out until we'd exchanged, which is what we did.
Because I think we believed that we'd have an idea that we could come out, put an offering on the place, and then we'd just wait until we sold. As it happened, it all happened very, very quickly, because I think the day after the exhibition we did sell a house. But by then we knew that we needed to wait until we'd actually exchanged before we came out and put an offer in. And we were quite reassured when it was explained to us that it could happen that quickly. We could actually find a place we want to and actually complete within 2 or 3 weeks if needs be, which is actually what really happened.
Yeah, it was a bit longer than it was about 4 weeks.
It was 4 weeks, yeah.
But compared to the UK, I mean,
yeah,
that's just amazing.
Yeah.
I think because we'd already met with MASA, when we'd come out on our own, we didn't have the concerns that we might have had. I mean, I would have been concerned about being put under pressure to buy.
And that absolutely didn't happen
No.
at any point.
No, it was that. Well, I mean, it actually the complete opposite,
Yeah.
wasn't it? There was absolutely no pressure.
And I think that's one of the nice things about working with MASA, or one of the many nice things of working with MASA. It was just comfortable.
And also it was at our own pace, actually. If we'd have said, well, we don't want to see anything this afternoon, that would have been fine. And if we wanted to go back to somewhere we'd already been, that was, that was great. So it was really, really within our control, really.
But also, one of the things about is the comfort of doing it. We're quite well travelled. I mean, we've been quite around a lot of countries, different places, different times. But I wouldn't say we're really relaxed travellers. We're not people who would say, all right, well, we'll just jump in a taxi and go here or there. We tend to prefer to be chaperoned a little bit. And that's exactly what we got when we came out. We were looked after from the point of picking up from the airport all the way through.
I think, well, in our particular case, the proximity to the sea from where we are, which is within walking distance. So,
and the restaurants.
Yeah, and everything that's in the area really. So
and the town.
The restaurants.
But we didn't know any of that without talking to Paul at MASA. There was so much information that we hadn't realised we didn't know. Plenty of supermarkets, and I think we've got about 7 all within this immediate vicinity. So
the bars. I mean, there's everything here. Big sports centre.
Actually, more than one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Swimming pools. I mean, although we've got our own pool, it's
yeah, everything that you could want, really. Yeah, it's a very different pace.
Yeah, I mean, we both used to work in health service, so we were used to getting up very early in the morning. In the UK, definitely in the winter months, you scrape the ice and the snow off the car. We'd drive 6-7 miles up the road to go to where we used to work. So there was a massive difference between that and what we're experiencing here. I mean, although I'm pretty much retired now from the work that I used to do. But yeah, we just have a completely different pace of life.
There's much more time to do the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
Basically, like, I like swimming, just walking on the beach.
Yeah. I'll go for, and I try to ride every day, and I do go out for a bike ride. And sometimes I'll just ride up and down the coastal roads, and sometimes I go up and down the riverbeds and inland towards the mountains and that. It's
go just walk down to the front, have a coffee, which is just not something. Obviously, in England, it's not something you do. Definitely not in like October, November,
or even in January, sitting up on the roof in the sun in the afternoon reading a book. It's strangely enough, it's the simpler things in life. If you want to slow the pace of life down, but again, if you did want to pick it up a bit, it can all be done from here. But it's a very diet. Our diet's changed considerably. We're eating out an awful lot more as well. So we're probably fitter because we are exercising more and going out for more walks.
And we are outdoors a lot more. I mean, it's not sunny all the time, but it's sunny a lot of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time, really.
Do a viewing trip, because that's the best way, really, to see not just the properties but the service that you're going to get.
Well, I think that's the important thing, is that going through MASA, we felt we were making an informed decision. We weren't just coming out blind and going, well, we think this is what might happen, this could happen. I mean, sometimes they were giving us answers to questions we didn't even know we had. And so making the informed decision was that much easier for us. Definitely choose your agent carefully. Because since we've been here, we've spoken to others. That all tend to be complimentary about the agents they actually booked through. I think one or two of them hadn't got the same amount of information that we had. So that was one thing. But if you're going to come and you're sitting there watching, the television programme, seeing people moving to Spain or wherever they're going to move, if you're going to do it, do it. It's as simple as that. If you're going to do it, don't just sit there for months or years talking about it. Just do it.